imagine waking up on a beautiful, cloudless Saturday morning. Perhaps you have to go to work, or you're gonna tend your fields. Maybe you have a nice lazy day and watch the little ones play in the front yard. Run into town, do some errands. Maybe even catch a bite to eat with some friends. Completely unaware that in just a few short hours, your entire world will quite literally be washed away. Currently, it's so serene, so peaceful. But when this all took place, imagine just the chaos.
All right, thank you very much, Lisa. We do have a very, very serious problem here at the Teton Dam.
Hans, this is 056. Abandoned attempt to retrieve Cat 2. Repeat, abandoned attempt and evacuate the area immediately.
As I sit here and watch, you see it caving. It's just coming apart.
At 11:57 a.m. on June 5th, 1976, the Teton Dam collapsed, flooding homes, farms in the upper Snake River Valley with 80 billion gallons of water. Here are recollections of how the people faced that disaster and rebuilt their lives.
And the water is monumental. Holy, great. What can I say? People downstream better get out. People downstream better get out.
Well, you imagine all the water was way, 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 way up. And then when the dam burst, just the whole lot came roaring down, destroying everything in its path.
The wall of water is approximately 5 to 6 miles wide and is moving buildings and everything out of its way. There are cattle in the front that don't have a chance, and suggests that all the people that are anywhere near the river at all, that get out of the way.
Trying to control nature. And what happens? Nature is a strong force to be contended with.
Right.
You can't control nature. You think you can. You might be able to control it for a short period of time, but it'll always come back and bite you in the butt.
Well, it was gushing, and it was so high. It was coming in, I would say, probably 5 to 8 feet high, and it was traveling fast.
Let's go up and check that out.
By no stretch of the imagination could the flood confront us with the kinds of things we were seeing. As we came upon the town, there were several major fires burning. Hundreds of buildings were completely demolished. Huge logs weighing up to 5 or 10 tons moved at 12, 15 miles an hour, so that when they hit a building, it simply exploded the building.
You gonna crawl over there?
You can get in, I think. You can get in from up that end. Yeah, I think we can get in from over there. So this is the
Nice.
spillway bit.
Yes. This is where they had planned all that extra water to come through.
Oh.
You having fun yet, Lee?
Come on, Lee. Come on, then. Come on, show us how you walk in your boots.
He's like, no, I know you're watching me. Lee will show us the way.
Some 220,000 acre-feet of water roared through the huge gouge of the Teton Dam that unforgettable Saturday morning. The water spread its destruction as fast as a mile a minute in the areas of Wilford and Sugar City. As it cut a swath of destruction 7 miles wide, the water's level reached from 8 to 10 feet in height. The results? Over $1 billion worth of damage. Destruction to 4,000 homes, wiping out 250 businesses and 3,500 farm buildings. 11 human deaths. The killing of 13,000 head of livestock and stripping topsoil from 100,000 acres of rich farmland.
And the thing about this too is it is still gently sloping down the whole time.
Until we get to the end, and then it's going to be a deep slope.
Right, and then it looks like an infinity pool.
Oh. You wouldn't want to take a tumble.
Yep, that's a good way down. Again,
I'm actually surprised. So they've got mesh wire across there, but nothing here.
and they've got it along the other side, which you can't even get to, which is over the cliff side. And then, yeah, this is, well, actually, there's remnants. So there was a gate across here at some point. It's just now missing. Can we get up on that?
With my little legs. Oh.
Oh. What it? Ooh, tunnel. Where does that go?
Don't know, we haven't got our torch. All the way down, I guess, to the bottom.
And then here.
Yeah, all of these are just holes going down. And again, they've chopped these off.
Right, this would have been.
Because you can see at the end. Again, wouldn't want to take a tumble.
And then, yep, these are all would house
wouldn't
machinery.
These be kind of like, I don't know how dams work really. Would these kind of like be gates?
Well, see, you can see over here, down along the side, well, it's kind of hard to see now, but you got those grooves in the side, which would have been the gate that you can lift up in a little bit, you know, to allow a certain amount of water through.
Well, there must have been something at the other end here. And again, somebody's cut it out, but this was at once a gate.
All right, when you look directly across,
This is
that
where the rest
was,
of the dam.
that was the
So
dam.
you would have been able to, at one point, walk right the way across. Would you not?
There could have been like an access road along the top to check it.
Scary stuff, really, isn't it?
I say, once you're here, you kind of see the actual scale of what happened and how much flooding took place. It is quite remarkable and quite scary.
That is where we walked.
And it's, yeah, you see the actual,
All the way down. And you can actually see almost to where we walked up to, because you can see those two humps.
yeah, you see those pieces there.
And that's where we walked to. Now you can see the incline.
Yeah, that's a good angle there.
And you could also see the last remaining piece of the dam.
Right, that piece right there in the center. 'Cause that's what we're saying, the amount of water that was behind there that just came spilling out is just...
So all of this would have been underwater. No, this side wouldn't.
No,
that
the other side
would have been underwater.
Yeah. So every single town below us and every single house was wiped out. And all the people who lived close to the dam that didn't evacuate in time were killed.
Now, what was the notice when the dam started shuddering and shaking? How long did they have, or did they kind of like know the dam was faltering before it actually cracked?
Originally, they knew, the engineers knew, so they took 2 bulldozers to try to, fix it. But
So it wasn't.
obviously
It
that's
wasn't.
not gonna do much.
It wasn't built correctly.
Yeah.
It was a fault in the building.
So they knew 3 days before that there was issues, but they didn't do anything. About 30 minutes later, they kind of called the sheriffs up and told them that there's an issue with the dam and maybe evacuate. Then 10 minutes later, before it actually collapsed, they said, okay, you guys need to get out of here. And
So how long before the actual collapse was the did they tell everybody to get out?
10 minutes.
10-minute warning.
And yet they knew 3 days before, and yet they only gave a 10-minute warning or a 30-minute warning to start off with.
I mean, they kind of knew, even if you think about it, before they even built the dam, when they found all the cave systems.
Right, they knew it was a flawed design to begin with.
This dam was not going to be supported because of the cave systems below.
So was it just money?
Yeah.
Corruption?
And the government, they don't,
Yeah, don't have
Money,
to say.
government, ignorance
You don't
goes
have to
hand in
say
hand.
anything else. You don't have to.
Bureau of Reclamation.
You don't have to say anything else.
Now this is a little bit peculiar
Bit rickety.
because when you think about it also, we're like in the middle of the dam. So why would these steps be here now? It's also neat kind of seeing the building material, the different layers. So was this put in afterwards?
No, it couldn't have been. Because, no, it couldn't have been. This is old. How long ago did the dam collapse?
It was back in the 70s, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I would have said that this looks older than that. And why would they put that? Why would they put this in after the effect? That wouldn't make sense.
Maybe
But I
they're-
do get what you're saying.
Maybe for checking, what happened. They come in and do their investigations, but they make us steps so that it's easier for people to go down.
Maybe they did actually. What they could have done was after the effect, when they put the wiring up, they could have built the steps to
Right.
help with the wiring. Maybe.
Something like that.
So yeah, you could be right.
And you can see, the very tippy top is flat, so we would have been able to walk across to check for...
You can actually see the building material in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
So all of that, rest of that stuff just washed away.
Gone. It's laying sporadically all over southeastern Idaho.
Yeah, because the stairs just go down to that.
To that, where it starts to drop off again.
And to the gate that takes you in there.
Right. And it is, again, one of those things where you have to be here to see the actual size and scale of what took place here, that is an immense amount of earth that was just washed away, and the other side is even bigger.
When you think about it, that's an immense amount of earth that they put there to begin with.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's all fake.
Yeah.
As in, that's all man-made.
Man-made. So as you can see in the distance on the opposite canyon wall, that's the original part of the dam we started the day out at. Coming over this direction, there's what's left of the natural dam, right there in the center of the screen. We were just up over that direction. We've come down this way for one last piece of the puzzle.
So in theory, we would be underwater now.
We'd be quite a ways underwater. We're going to be hiking up to there.
Okay, we're here.
So here,
So
this thing.
we wouldn't be underwater here, would we?
Yes.
Would we still be underwater?
If you look straight across.
Yeah, we would still be underwater.
So this would have been like a giant, pump or giant turbine.
It's a huge hole.
Sounds like a windstorm down there.
Does, doesn't it? That's what I said.
Wow.
And you can hear it kind of like
It sounds like the sea.
it does.
Yeah, it's like when you put a shell up to your ear and you can hear the sea.
Right.
The sound's more distinctive from this side. It just literally feels like waves crashing against the beach.
Oh yeah, on this side, we're actually getting the cold breeze from the water coming up.
Can you?
Yeah.
I mean, even though it's a dud, still pretty impressive. But the amount of money they spent,
Oh, the amount of work, yeah.
and also the amount of work and money for the cleanup too.
Right.
The people, was it 14 people lost their lives, I believe?
Something like that. Well, yeah, like Dave said, it kind of was one of those situations where it was a comedy of errors. They had record snowfall that year. The materials they used to build the dam weren't enough to hold the dam. There's a cave system underneath, so it was just kind of almost
One thing after another.
right, doomed
A
from the
total
start.
cock-up, as we would say in England.
Doomed from the start.